Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy RJ the Brooklyn Savage, joined by Takeo the Tokyo Prince. And this is another episode of the DRGN Chronicles. And, well, tonight we're going to make up for lost time on this past Saturday. And we're going to talk about Cena's last match, the predictions. We're going to talk about our favorite Cena rival each. So there's going to be some different takes and opinions there. Also, we'll be running down the results of AEW Dynamite's Winter is Coming show that was tonight, and other stuff that come
Stardom.
to mind. And also we have a Stardom report. Jackson will be providing that for you guys. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into what happened tonight at AEW Dynamite. Winter is Coming, the big special they usually have every year around this time. And straight to it, straight to the point. The Babes of Wrath defeated Timeless Love Bombs to win the AEW World Tag Team Championships. The team of Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale defeat Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa, who are the favorites to win the championships to begin with. So that is big ups. What do you got anything to say about that?
Not really on my side, I'll just have to catch up with some of the AEW stuff, but that's pretty interesting result on their end.
Yeah, definitely. Kazuchika Okada defeated Jungle Jack Perry in the Continental Classic.
Who would have ever thought? Who would
All
ever
right.
thought?
Oh my god, I would have bet my house on that. Yeah, whatever. Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland defeated Powerhouse Hobbs and Katsuyori Shibata in a Tornado tag match. Once again, who didn't think that Adam Page and Swerve Strickland was winning? Oh my gosh, I'm so surprised.
Who?
I am so surprised. Speedball Mike Bailey defeated Kyle Fletcher in the Continental Classic match. Now, I will admit, while we do have to spread the points, as far as the wealth goes with the points, Kyle Fletcher's been booked so goddamn strong, him losing to Mike Bailey like this. It's kind of shocking, but not surprising. Once again, you got to spread the love with the points a little bit. So this had to happen. But this is a good match. I saw some of it. I caught the tail end of it because I woke up in the middle of Dynamite. And I'm like, holy shit, these guys are really hooping. And I'm a fan of Kyle Fletcher. And Mike Bailey, I'm not the biggest fan of, but I do respect his talent. And I do think he is a talented wrestler. And he's right where he needs to be in AEW.
Very talented.
Yes. So, yeah, good on him for getting, for beating Kyle Fletcher and this, that, and the other. And in the main event, also, who would have thunk it? Who would have thought otherwise, rather, in this case, Samoa Joe defeats Eddie Kingston to retain the AEW World Championship.
Oh, because people just really thought Kingston was winning. Just really thought.
I know, right? Oh my God, Jackson, I was really holding out hope that Eddie Kingston would defeat the big, bad, evil Samoa Joe. Nah, but the match was fine. It was fine, and that was it. Kingston kind of cut a promo after the show and everything, after the match and the show, what have you, teasing retirement, and then him and Danielson had a little. Danielson was telling him not to give up and yada, yada, yada. So I guess they're going to do something there where Kingston gets his redemption or something. I don't know. Eddie Kingston's a very, very likable person, and he's raw and he's real, and that's why people love him. That's why I liked him. But when it comes to the ringing of the bell, I'm not glazing this man like everybody else does in the ring,
No. We like Eddie Kingston over here. That's like you just said. Do like Eddie Kingston. I like Eddie Kingston. I was a big, LAX fan, Santana, and all them were in TNA. So it's like, that was like one of my first exposures to Eddie Kingston. Although that's a very late exposure compared to most people.
Yeah, because he was already done at that point. He was kind of semi-cooked at that point.
But
he wasn't even wrestling all that much around that time.
I've always liked the person of Eddie Kingston, character of Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, him talking. Talking is his strong suit. He's one of those guys. Well, I always say it all the time, even on some of the old shows I did. When one of my co-hosts used to challenge me about having a good look or being able to talk on the mic, you got to have somebody to draw you into the building, maybe physically or verbally, and verbally again draw you into wanting to see the match. But at that point, yes, the bell does have to ring, and you have to, at that point, put on either a show or you're gonna put on a slaptastic match. Either way, you better know what you damn well doing. And I just think that Eddie Kingston's on the opposite side of his prime as far as his in-ring prowess goes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the way it is, No hate, like I said. Father Time catches us all. The injuries after a while, especially with the shoulder. He had shoulder problems. And then he broke his fucking leg at the age of like 41?
Yeah,
Come on.
he's like
It's not
in his early 40s.
that's not it's not ideal for you to snap back like that. He's not a young man anymore. So that's that. That's Winter's Coming. They're gonna do Winter's Coming Collision on Saturday, so uh stay tuned for that. I will not be watching that. I will be with my family celebrating my nephew's 4th birthday. So that's exactly what I'll be doing Saturday. But no worries, people. I still will be watching the John Cena's last match though. I'll
Yeah,
be watching that. And also, they did NXT last night, and I just want to touch on this too. John Cena, he made a big point about having his last match, this special and everything like that, about having guys of the future from NXT facing guys of the present in the WWE main roster, Raw and SmackDown. I looked at NXT last night and I damn near wanted to cry because all the future talent is in the women's division. And look, this is not a new problem that NXT has had. They've had this
mm-hmm.
problem for a couple of years now. Trick Williams, Ricky Saints, Obafemi, Javon Evans are the top guys in NXT right now.
Yes.
All the other guys are bust.
Yes.
They try Josh Briggs. Briggs doesn't work. They try Lexus King. It seemed like they want to do something with him, but then and also I got to add Ethan Page to that list because Page has done really great work this year.
Yes.
So my apologies. And Tony D'Angelo, they just bought D'Angelo back. So Tony, they're going to be exploring something new with his character, which I predicted, by the way. I knew he was not going to get called up with the mob boss gimmick. It's just Triple H ain't got the time to do it. If he ain't got the time to do the vignettes for Escobar, what makes you think he gonna do the vignettes for D'Angelo? Because that's the main hook of their characters is doing the storytelling with the vignettes. And Triple H barely lets other people cut promos in the middle of the ring, except for the important people. But this is a glaring problem, man. When you look at the NXT women's division and how stacked they are with all the women that they have, different variety and all this other stuff. And then you look at the men's roster, and it doesn't even hold the fuck up because you got Oba. Once again, Oba, Trick, Ricky, who doesn't even belong in NXT, if you ask me.
You're talking about 4 guys compared to about a whole roster of women. So
exactly.
It's very noticeable.
But here's the thing. Where's the help? They've been doing this LFG show, but I'm not impressed with Shiloh Hill. He made his debut. I'm like, what the hell is this? He pulls his teeth out. He has a smile almost similar to Bo Dallas. Like, I mean, who is this? Hank and Tank, corny. OTM, start and stop pushes. Tyson Tyreek, start and stop pushes. Who else? Josh Briggs, start and stop pushes. Lexus King, start and stop pushes. Stacks, start and stop pushes. Who else? Jasper Troy, start and stop pushes. Like, the booking and the consistency is not there. I don't know what it is. I mean, I honestly, half of those guys are kind of disposable in my opinion. You can get rid of them tomorrow and nobody would really even care.
Nobody even knows them half the time. So, yeah,
This is like, good lord. I've given Stacks his credit for approving, but he did the whole D'Angelo turn thing. And he's doing most of his work in TNA with Santino and all that other stuff. So that's how he's getting his heat now. But still, it's like, bro, like, don't you want to keep these guys strong so when they cross over to TNA, they actually give a damn? That's why people laughed at the idea of them sending Lexus King and fucking Stacks and Tyson and Tyreek over to TNA as these big bad NXT invaders. But the problem is that they're not even big and bad in NXT. So what the fuck is the point? you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like they're trying with Miles Bourne, but I think he connects with the audience to a point. To a point. They're trying with Dion Lennox, but they gotta once again, Sean cannot afford to do the start and stop. If you're gonna push Dion Lennox, you gotta push him. If not, get off the pot.
Yeah.
Some of these other guys. Dion Lennox had a good show in that Deadline the other day. For as much as people say that Dark State sucks and doesn't look for any type of improvement with those guys, they're lying, or they just want instant gratification. Which you're watching the wrong show if you want instant gratification. This is NXT for God's sakes. Dion Lennox has gotten better. I just think that they need to be consistent with his push if he's going to be the man of that group. But like I said, it's a big glaring problem to the point where Leon Slater and Joe Hendry, Hendry just recently signed a contract with WWE, period. But beforehand, it was so scarce on that men's side that they were bringing in Joe Hendry and Leon Slater on the reg. And trust me, when Leon Slater's TNA's contract up, he will be in NXT. Mark my words. He will be
Hell yeah.
in NXT.
You can tell that right off the bat, too.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all the stuff he's getting booked on now for WWE.
Yeah. Including Saturday.
Yeah, look at Saturday.
Which a lot of people had a problem with that. Apparently he pulled from, is it WXW or Rev Pro? He pulled from one of those companies. And everybody had a conniption about it. Oh, how dare he pull from this indie to do John Cena's last match?
I would do the same freaking thing.
I would have too.
Like,
a lot of eyes would be watching that John Cena match. No offense. Look, I love WXW. One of my favorite indies in Europe. I love them. I used to watch it all the time. Me and Jay used to watch Progress together. Like me and Jay Bay used to literally call each other 2 a.m. back when I was still working at the cleaners and watch fucking Progress and WXW together. I love those promotions. But look, you're not going with them over John Cena's last match.
Hell no.
No fucking way. I'm sorry.
That's like if Stardom, just a wild throw out, if Stardom asked me to come do commentary on a show or to do something with them, and it made me have to miss an episode of the Chronicles. No offense, Uncle, but I'm going to go do that. I'll be back when I can.
Oh,
same with you. If MLW did with you, it's the same thing with him. Hell, you gotta think about the bigger picture sometimes.
Without a shadow of a doubt. And look, here's the thing. Leon Slater's got to up his profile. The goal is to get signed to either AEW or WWE where you can make a lot of money.
Yes.
And that's where a lot of fans kind of lose the plot because they don't like WWE or they don't like AEW. Is that these wrestlers, they don't do it. You think they flips? Well, a small percentage of wrestlers want to do the flips and the tricks and do all that crazy shit forever. A lot of these guys want to be comfortable and be paid. This is a business after all. It's not a hobby. This is a business. Money is involved in business. These guys want to have and make a comfortable living. These women want to make a comfortable living. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, look, I don't know how much he's going to get paid for being on John Cena's last show. I don't know how all that stuff works. I know there was some speculation on how all that works. But he's going to get exposure nonetheless. And he's going to get a chance to perform against AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Who wouldn't take that?
Exactly. You're going... No, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm look, hey, I'm sorry. I'm taking that in a heartbeat. I'm taking that to the bank. Word, I gotta fight AJ Styles, one of my idols. One of my idols. You damn right I'm taking that match.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's like, if you gave me the opportunity to be on a show dedicated to the most successful wrestler of all time, the and against possibly the greatest in ring wrestler of all time, in my opinion, of course,
One of the
like
best,
AJ Styles.
one of the top 5 luchadors on the planet today.
Exactly. There ain't no way in hell that I would deny that.
Yes.
To
No.
go compete against God knows who they're going to throw at me at a show where a couple thousand may watch. But this is the thing with Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So many people are going to watch that. I have a feeling. People that are past wrestling fans, newer wrestling fans, and kind of millennial and in between, kind of in between like me, who is over 10 years experience watching wrestling, but doesn't have as long as someone like you. It because everybody's grown up with John Cena in some way or another.
Yeah.
They've all seen his career.
Yeah.
So that
And look,
show's getting views. Leon Slayer's getting views.
yeah, he was supposed to be taking part in a Fatal 4-Way match to crown WXW's new European champion against Ricky Sosa, Zoltan, and Joseph Finch Jr.
Okay, and I have no idea who any of them are. So hey,
I know who Zoltan is. I know who Zoltan is. The other 2 guys, not so much. But
I'm not discrediting them guys either
yeah,
by saying I
I
don't
know
know who
what
they
you
are.
mean. I know what you mean. But compared that to AJ Styles and Dragon Lee and teaming up with Javon Evans, which they've been building up, on screen friendship with those guys. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it just I don't know. I look, hey, I'm pretty sure Leon's a nice kid. He seems like a good guy. I'm pretty sure he can make it up to them, and in a later date time. And look,
Oh
I
yeah.
make a lot of people are making a big deal about nothing. Cards subject to change for a reason.
Yes. I'm
You
sure
know.
he worked it out with them.
Well,
He
if
could have
not,
just did a no show, and that would have
yeah.
been an asshole move to do.
Oh yeah,
But
absolutely. Especially if they're like, what the fuck is this guy? And then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? Him and Javon Evans out there, dancing around on Saturday. What the fuck?
meanwhile, you get James Ellsworth in the damn ring.
Oh God, nah. I don't think WXW is bringing in James Ellsworth. They very serious about they wrestling over there. Mm-mm. No, no, no. I think ICW would probably bring him in. If I had to guess what Indy over across the pond would bring him over, it'd probably be ICW. If I had
Yeah.
to guess. Nah.
From what I've seen,
Mm-hmm.
he's doing like really good and successful about running some of his own promotions around like Jersey and stuff right now.
Yeah, because he's a freak show guy, and he can get a
Well,
couple of freak show like
yeah.
indie talent to do his stuff. And there's always going to be an audience. Don't let anybody fool you, people.
And
You
that
know what I'm
little
saying?
WWE exposure helped too.
Of course, and plus,
So
like
even
he
more.
looks like a goofy cartoon character.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yeah, it is what it is, though. But yes, people, card subject to change for a reason. Leon Slater did not do anything wrong. Like I said, hopefully him and WXW worked out a little bit of a solution to do something later on down the line. Because that if I was in Leon's shoes, that's what I would do. As a pro, I'd be like, hey, I can't do the match, but I bless you. Maybe I'll even take a little bit of a pay cut or whatever next time. You know what I'm saying? But we'll work something out. So hopefully he does that. But I guess we'll see. We'll see. Because I mean, some people are nuts and they don't forgive you, and I don't know. He's too good to be blackballed for something like that. You don't blow an opportunity to be on John Cena's last match show. Come on, you just don't do that.
No.
So did nothing wrong in my opinion. Speaking of John Cena, his last show, we got a couple of things we want to talk about, and including, our favorite John Cena rival. What do Jackson and I think about John Cena's rivalries over the years, and who do we think is the best rival that John Cena has ever had? Jackson, you want to go ahead and go first?
Yeah. So, you know, my favorite. I'm just gonna say this for my favorite match of Cena's is still him and Styles at Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? What year was that? 2017,
2017,
18.
yes, in Texas,
San Antonio. Yeah,
San Antonio, yeah.
because JBL they call it San Antonio PD.
Mm-hmm.
But if I think of feuds, first of all, him and Styles is still in my top five. But like, I think when I narrowed it down to like his feud, I think I go with Cena and Edge
Edge.
because
Mm-hmm.
while or it feels like yes, Cena and Orton had a big feud, but it seemed like their feud was just surrounded by vice versa, and it was like good guy, bad guy, face of the company, face of the company. It it was one of them on top or not. Where Edge, yeah, it was kind of a little bit similar too, but I feel like Edge and Cena's just went at it harder and was more intense and delivered on more of an emotional level and scale.
Yeah, it was almost like super. It was like Superman going up against a gritty Lex Luthor. You know,
Some of Edge's best work was literally with Cena outside of him with Christian.
and you can say vice versa too.
So,
Yeah, man.
which I mean, vice versa is something I know I use a lot on here, but vice versa is key to everything usually, especially in pro wrestling.
Yeah, that is true. I just thought Edge is one of those guys that got a lot out of Cena too. They just, I mean, they had good magic, and I tell you what, as much as when it comes to Orton, right? Because you compared the two feuds, right? Orton and Cena, I got tired of seeing those guys fighting each other over and over again. I had
Mm-hmm.
enough, you know. I really
Yeah.
had enough after a while because to me, Orton and Cena, you know, their matches to me aren't really all that good and all that memorable. Whereas
Yeah.
Cena and Edge had really good, memorable matches against each other and stuff like that. So I I like that. I like that a whole lot more than their stuff with his stuff with Orton. To me, is just meh. It's not that exciting. Not that exciting. As far as me and as far as I'm concerned about my favorite rivalry with Cena, I think is with Punk, CM Punk, which is kind of ironic because John Cena literally did a Chris Van Vliet interview that
Mm-hmm.
dropped yesterday, and Cena literally said that that was his wrestling soulmate when Chris Van Vliet had him used one word to describe everybody he fought this year, and he said that's his wrestling soulmate, and I really do believe that. John Cena,
Honestly,
John Cena, and
oh,
CM
sorry.
Punk had great magic in the ring and on the microphone. John Cena in 2011 was very, very boring, very stale, very paint by numbers. But when he had that feud with Punk, oh man, it was very, very interesting. They told a really good story heading into the match and then heading out of the match and then even into the rematch at SummerSlam. The SummerSlam match was not as good as the Money in the Bank match, obviously, but it was still good
Mm-hmm.
nonetheless. If you want to cancel out the finish, you know, Triple H, you know, botching the pin and then Del Rio cashing in the Kevin Nash shit. But I just thought that those guys just had a really, really good rivalry. Uh, and even earlier that year when they was going at it, like I thought that that was good stuff too. Remember when he first joined Nexus, when Punk took over Nexus and everything like that. I thought that
Mm-hmm.
stuff was good too. And then, like I said, bleed it on to the summer. That was nice. And then when they met up again around late 2012, early 2013, just great promo stuff, great mic work. And that match they had for WrestleMania, remember that match they had on Raw where Punk gave him the power driver? Oh,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
just I mean, these guys had chemistry, man. And even this year, fast forward this year, where Cena gave the reverse pipe bomb to Punk, that was good. And then when Punk came out just like Dr. Thugonomics, that was good. Somebody said CM Punk looked like a broke pimp, a broke wannabe pimp from 2003.
Mm-hmm.
trying to mac young girls. That was funny. But I thought all that stuff was good. So as far as rivals go for me, CM Punk, for Jackson, he went with Edge. But yeah, man, Cena to me had some really good rivalries. I think some are overrated. Like the Randy Orton stuff, I think is overrated. Probably because they
Like,
were the two young guys that they wanted to push at the time. And they came out of OVW around the same time. So I kind of
mhm.
get it. But to me, their stuff was boring. And I saw when they first feuded in 2006. Was it 6 or 2007? Somewhere around that time when they first feuded. Like I was kind of slipping away from being a wrestling fan, but I did kind of watch that, and I thought that was pretty cool at the time. But then when they were feuding after that, like especially around 2009, 2010, I'm like, ugh, just boring, just boring, boring stuff. Nothing new, nothing new.
Yes. Like, I get the premises and the meaning behind Cena and Orton, and I can honestly understand why people might choose that to be their favorite feud
Mm-hmm.
because it definitely was somebody my age. But it was because even in 2014, because that was like the year I started watching wrestling anyway, they still had, tension between each other. But looking back, I just don't think it's anywhere near what Cena and Edge had.
No, of course not. Cena and Edge just had magic. Cena and Edge had magic. Punk and Cena had magic. Cena and Styles had magic. Being the
Mm-hmm.
faces of rival promotions, finally clashing after all this time. And John Cena had a lot of glowing things to say about AJ Styles too in that interview. By the way, you could tell John Cena really, really respects the hell out of AJ Styles and CM Punk. He barely even mentioned Randy Orton or Edge for obvious reasons, I think. But John Cena can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. But he barely mentioned Edge at all. But he really put over AJ Styles and CM Punk big time. You could tell
I
he
think
loved wrestling both of those guys.
I I think that Punk is probably going to be the one to do the introduction speech for him, or be the one to introduce him into the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, because John Cena would definitely be in the Hall of Fame next year. Make no mistake about that, people. He will be the headliner for the Hall of Fame. Him and Stephanie McMahon. I would even dare say that Stephanie McMahon should probably induct him too because she saved his career.
Hmm.
It was her that hurt him,
Yeah,
freestyling on the bus. That
she's
saved
the
his
one
career.
that had him run that rap gimmick.
Yeah.
Most people don't even realize that they've forgotten about that, but that's
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie.
Yeah. Stephanie McMahon heard it and passed it along. Pretty much saved his career because he was on the cusp of getting cut. And I do believe that because I remember when John Cena first came out, and then they was doing stuff with him, but it just wasn't going anywhere, and it was because he had a generic look. He was generic man, boy's regular haircut, fucking generic ass tights. I mean, the most generic tights trunks you could fucking buy. And it was nothing special about him until he started doing Dr. Dugonomics. And that's when his fucking career took off. And I mean, he
Hmm.
had he had a few speed bumps there with B Square, and then I think with Red Dog with Rodney Mack. And then once they turned the babyface for the Survivor Series in '03, he took off from there. I remember all that because I was like, oh shit, all right, this guy's gonna go to the next level. And then the next year, Mania, he beat Big Show for the title,
The best
and
Big Show match.
well, I can't stand Big Show, but yeah, no, Big Show did the honors for him that night. He put him over big time. It was the first time that John Cena gave him the AA or the FU back then, and
Hmm.
he beat him, pinned him 1, 2, 3, and it was like circa like the way they were hyping it up. It was almost like Hogan lifting Andre for the body slam that one time. So I mean, you kind of saw the parallels there, and then he went with that U.S. Championship all the way to almost the end of the year. To did the storyline where he got stabbed by Carlito and Jesus, and he took the belt from him for a good bit there. and he got it back, and they dropped it back to Orlando Jordan, and then obviously he won the title. So it's
Mm-hmm.
and the rest is history. So, and that whole journey though, that whole ride was great. I remember that thoroughly as a kid, just watching that. I'm like, what, 10 years old at the time? Watching John Cena. I thought John Cena really got stabbed for real. When they did that whole storyline. John Cena was stabbed in a nightclub by an unknown assailant. I was like, wait, what? John Cena got stabbed? And the way they was just serious about it, and the Teddy Long, he reiterated it. I was like, what the fuck? And it was believable because of John Cena's character at the time. So I was like, wow, that's crazy. But yeah, just seeing the beginning of John Cena's ride. And like I said, up until 2006 is when I kind of started fading away. Like girls and like sports started taking a lot more of my attention at the time. And so I missed a good chunk of Super Cena. I missed from, I would say, from 2007 all the way to 2010. I missed a lot of Super Cena, so I didn't get a chance to experience what you guys were experiencing as far as being sick and tired of John Cena. But when I started watching again on the regular around late 2010 into 2011, I got what you guys were talking about way too soon. I'm like, this motherfucker John Cena don't lose to nobody, does he? Like, shit.
No. He was
He's beating
going
people
on that Roman Reigns reign.
Oh my god! And John Cena would get beat down for a good chunk of the match, and all of a sudden, he does his moves, and then I'm like, nobody can reverse this. Like it got on my nerves. I'm like, oh god, ugh. Like man, now I see why people hate John Cena because I didn't get it. I didn't get to Cena hate because, like I said, I wasn't watching on the regular. On the regular, so I didn't see him beat the whole entire roster all the fucking time. So when I started seeing it within those first few months, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And the biggest shock at the time was that The Miz was WWE champion. I was like, what the fuck? I said, The Miz? It's the guy that teamed up with John Morrison a couple of years ago. I said, he's the fucking WWE champion right now? I think that was the biggest shock of them all when I first started watching again in 2011. It was the fact that John Cena was a champion that The Miz was. So, that was crazy. But yeah, no, John Cena... the best way to sub up my appreciation for John Cena is that I did appreciate that he always came to work. He always did what he had to do, and he did whatever Vince wanted him to do, good, bad, or indifferent, even if it made his image with the fans look bad. John Cena did what he was a good soldier. He did what he was told to do. And by the way, David Otunga, you doing all this tacky shit, talking about how John Cena did this, this, and this. While I might believe you, why are you doing it now? This is tacky and it screams, I need attention on my YouTube channel. Come on, dude. Seriously? Otunga?
What all is he saying?
How John Cena cursed him out during his first tours on the main roster. How John Cena buried him for sucking, which David Otunga did suck, by the way. He is green as grass, but I don't blame him for that. I blame the people that put him in that position. The reason why they called David Otunga up way too soon was because he was Jennifer Hudson's fiance. Excuse me. Sorry, y'all. But he was Jennifer Hudson's fiance, and he had a great body. Pause. But he had a great physique, So that's why those are the two reasons I got called up. But yeah, apparently John Cena cursed him out, made him feel like shit on a tour, and apparently John Cena really had it out for him when he was in Nexus and this, that, and the other. So yeah, he was. My thing is, why now? Why now? When Cena's getting ready to retire, you got to talk all this shit now. You should have said that years ago. I hate when people do that. Like if I had something to say about something so bad, I'm not gonna do it while the person's trying to have his glory. You know what I'm saying? I hate when people do that. I got something to say after all this time. It just screams desperation, man.
And in a little bit of a real life scenario here, for those who don't know, like I'm a college student. I had to take a public speaking class this semester. and we just did our final speech, and it was a occasional speaking, like a tribute speech. And I actually did one on Cena, and I explained how Cena was a role model in the ring and outside the ring in many ways, from wrestling to acting to being an advocate for Make a Wish. And if anybody even wants to watch it, just let me know. I'll share the link to you. But I think all that's true, and I still stand by that. And one of my favorite John Cena matches was just watching him and Eddie Guerrero beat the ever living hell out of each other in a parking lot.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Um, as corny as it was, it was fun. That shit was like the year I was born. So, stuff like that's probably not as gonna likely to happen in WWE today, but if it does, not like it was. But it was just awesome watching that. It was just fun. So definitely many good Cena memories.
Yeah, I just I don't know, man. I just think that's just tacky. It's just tacky to try to do that when you know the man's going to close his career. That's something you could have said years ago, man. I just talk about Dave Meltzer always talk about grifting. To me, that's grifting right there at its finest. So yeah, that's just a bad look. But
Who the fuck even is David Otunga is what most people are gonna say anyway. So
I mean, he was known for being, Jennifer Hudson's fiance at one point in time, and he's a big Jack guy, and he was on I Love New York too. So he's got fame for that, but
and Tyler Perry did put him on a Medea movie, but
oh God, I wonder if he had to bust it open for Tyler Perry to get that part, because Tyler Perry weird.
mm-hmm.
I don't know. I stopped watching Tyler Perry movies after. I think Temptation was probably the last Tyler Perry movie I watched. And that was back in 2012, 13-ish.
Which I love Tyler Perry's writing. Like he's one of my favorite writers, but from a writer standpoint, just
How,
as a
like,
writer strictly.
hold on. Why? All his movies and all his shows are kind of, well, I ain't gonna say all his shows, but all his movies are pretty, especially his early shit. Like I said, I haven't watched any of his movies since 2012. I just don't have they don't interest me anymore. But
to kind of explain,
his first batch of movies were pretty much a repetitive plot. One of Medea's nieces, a grandchildren or something like that, is getting abused by a man. The man 9 times out of 10 is probably a dark skinned guy, and then light skinned guy is the good guy, and he comes in and I'll save you, baby. I'll take you to the promised land. I'll be the man that you want me to be. And happily ever after. Yee-hoo, Medea's shaking a big old fake titties around at the cookout or whatever the fuck. I don't know, man. It's just repetitive shit. Medea's going to jail or something like that. I don't know. It's
like when I was a kid, like I just watch. I had BET on the channel, and I just always watch all his shows and movies on there. So it's kind of like I watched this man since I was a kid. But I'm just kind of a sucker for anything that can make you laugh and cry. Any kind of storyline can make you laugh and cry in the situation, and I have done that with some of his movies and shows. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, no, don't get me wrong. Like his play, I like the plays better than I like the movies or the shows.
Bro, I was cussing and crying in fucking Straw, bro. Watching Straw.
I liked his favorite movie from me would probably be I really did like Meet the Browns. I thought that was a good movie.
I loved Meet the Browns.
The Meet the Browns movie. I like the Meet the Browns play too, but I like the movie too. And I like the show. I like the Meet the Browns show they had.
Yes.
Because I like that guy. What's his name? David Mann. I like him. Him.
Believe it or not, I'm that one white guy that has probably seen damn near every Tyler Perry movie or show just because that's what I watched as a kid. It was just entertaining to me. Mm-hmm. So I've seen all them plays and shows. So yeah, I know what you're talking about. I love Meet the Browns.
Yeah, I just A lot of his shit's kind of repetitive a little bit. But then he doesn't outrightly admit the problem why, but we see the problem. He writes all his shit. He has no writing rooms. He prides himself on writing his own stuff, and maybe that's why some of the ideas feel repetitive sometimes. You know?
Yeah,
Well, Triple H is supposedly have a creative team. I don't know what the fuck's going on there, but
I don't know because
at least
you see on that
Tyler Perry's got an
documentary that
excuse.
it's 5 people.
At least Tyler Perry's got an excuse. It's himself, but Triple H, I don't know what the fuck's going on there, but he better get a clue real quick. Especially next year, he better shape it the fuck up.
Yeah, I don't know because you look at that documentary, there wasn't like 5 of them in that damn meeting room, and most of them were just producers and directors. So I mean, I don't know. I have to imagine there'd be more creative team than that. Those are just the guys you want to be seen. You're going to put somebody like Paul Heyman, Jason Jordan on there because they're more notably famous compared to, I don't know, Steve from Canada.
Steve,
Just random ass Steve.
Yeah. Oh, my friend's dad from work. That's a creative guy for NXT. My friend Haley, her dad does a lot of stuff with Gabe Sapolsky and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I mean, you have like I said, names like that. Then it's like, oh, okay, well, they're not sexy enough.
Would hire me for Stardom to do that.
They're not sexy enough to be on TV, All right, well, John Cena's final match will be on Saturday's night's main event come this Saturday, December 13th. From Washington, D.C., the Capital One Arena. Last real champion, one last time. And this event will be John Cena's final match in his 26-year wrestling career. His opponent will be Gunther. So there you go. That's the layout. We have Cody Rhodes versus Obafemi. Champion versus champion match. Who you got?
I don't fucking know. And I don't know who I want to win. And I don't know who needs to win it. I'm very, very just skeptical about the match. And I've been watching everything about this match on TikTok today. I've seen people talk about how Obafemi needs to go in there and demolish Cody. I've seen people say how it wouldn't make sense for Obafemi to beat Cody, with Cody being the superior champion. Hell, I don't know.
Well, here's the deal. If you want somebody to be buzzing coming out of the show, it would be in their best interest for Obafemi to win this match. And it's not like Cody Rhodes doesn't have a rival right now looming around in places that he ain't supposed to be at right now in Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre could easily cost Cody Rhodes this match, and Obafemi beats him. And then by the time Obafemi gets ready to get called up to the main roster, he's already got a made program already. I think one NXT guy has to win a match, and I think Obafemi's the right guy. So I think Obafemi wins this match with interference from Drew McIntyre.
Yes, because I don't see Obafemi going in there and just beating Cody clean.
No, you got to have some room. You got to have some room for bullshittery in that case. Because no, you cannot have your NXT champion just waltz in there and fucking beat
and dog walk your main champ. Because
I mean, even physically he could. I mean, let's be clear. Let's be real. Yeah. Obafemi's a big motherfucker. It's not like he's, I don't know, Ricky Saints or Javon Evans just going in there and mollywopping Cody from post to post. That's Obafemi.
People are comparing it to Kevin Owens and John Cena. And it's just different. It's different than that.
Well, John Cena wasn't the top champion at the time either. He was mid-card champion.
And he was trying to bring in all the newer guys. Cody is the now for WWE. So I think if you just use Drew McIntyre's interference, that works perfect.
Yes.
Because Drew's got to get this title off of Cody at some point. So
hopefully.
And it's not because I don't like Cody, but if you're going to keep dragging this damn Drew and Cody feud out for 4 or 5 years.
Drew's got to win at some point.
Drew's got to win. This shit's going on Roman Reigns' championship reign league, bro. Is what it feels like.
Nah, it ain't that bad. Roman Reigns was at least beating guys one at a time.
I know.
You're next. You're next. Oh, you're next. Oh, you're next. He
But
wasn't.
no, but what I'm saying is
Roman,
just the length of this feud.
No,
it's going how long he was champion.
Here's the thing, though. Cody is beating he's beating guys multiple times in a row. And it's like, oh, come the fuck on.
Yes.
Whereas Roman Reigns was just beating guy after guy after guy. And it was like, okay, they stabbed Patton, but it was all right because he was just beating the guy one time. And that was it. Like, I mean, other people got repeats, but we came around to that. Like Brock got multiple matches, but like I said, it wasn't in a row, you know? I think Cena got 2 in a row. But other than that, it's like, bro, like Cody is beating guys 3 times in a row.
Yes.
And then it's like, what the fuck, man?
But so it feels like this
that's the problem. That's the problem.
It feels like Kevin Owens.
He beat Kevin Owens multiple times. And it's like, what the fuck, man? Like, come on, man. You can't do that. You can't do that. But they did it, you know?
Hell, he beat Brock Lesnar twice.
Well, he wasn't champion either. And he needed that.
No, but
and he needed that. That was part of his training. And they did split one before he won the third one. So it's this remotely different. See, I don't mind that. See, if they did that, like, okay, Drew McIntyre cheats to beat Cody Rhodes, and then Cody Rhodes has got to get the title back the next month. See, I don't mind that. That's how it worked in the Attitude Era. Triple H didn't have these long ass title runs. Steve Austin didn't have the title for like 6 months at a time. He didn't.
No.
Like they swapped the belt all the time, and that's what kept it interesting because you didn't know who was going to be champion. Because Undertaker might have it this month, then he might fuck around and lose it to Kane the next night, or 3 weeks later at the pay-per-view, The Rock might beat Kane for the title. You know what I'm saying? And then, I don't know, fucking Triple H would cheat to beat The Rock on Monday Night Raw in 3 weeks. Like, you never knew what was going to happen. Because, and I blame Triple H for this, he loves long-ass title runs. And long-ass title runs are boring. They're boring.
Which is...
Unless if you keep the competitors fresh. That's the only way it's not going to be boring. But see, he's insisting on having Drew and Cody. And Cody is fighting these guys in multiple matches, but he's beating them. He's winning them all. My interest is already gone after the second match. Excuse me.
The freaking feud is going on. Like, I don't know how long Roman was champion, but like, what, 10,000 days?
Yeah, but once again, I don't even compare Roman's title run to that because it's like, yeah, he had the belt forever, but Roman Reigns was gone most of the time, which helped.
No.
Whether people realize it or not, that helped him not being around all the time. And B, like I said, he was not beating guys 3 times in a row. He would
No.
Who's getting a plate next? You get knocked off. Who's getting another plate next? You get knocked off. Oh, you want some too? You get knocked off. See, that's where it differs. I don't compare. I don't even compare the 2 reigns. I don't, dude.
No. That's not.
I don't know why you keep on comparing them for. Like it doesn't even. It's not even comparable.
No, what I'm saying is, Roman was champion 3 years. It just feels like that's how long Cody and Drew's feud is going on. I know it's not been 3 years. It just feels like it's dragging on so damn long. That it's because matching up to the length of time that Roman was champion. That's what I'm trying to say.
Nothing is happening. That's why.
Yeah, I'm not comparing Cody's reign to Roman. But what I'm saying is the feud is just so fucking over dragging. It's feeling in the same length that it was feeling with Roman being champion. He was just champion forever. It feels like this feud is going on forever.
It's just one of those things where it's like nothing is happening. You got to make something happen. When Drew McIntyre gets suspended? No, I'm talking about a title change. Something consequential. But none of that's happening, though. And it's just blah. This feud is mirroring that Kevin Owens feud from late last year, earlier this year, where nothing happens. Nothing happens that we should feel bad for Cody. You know what I'm saying? Like the Cena stuff worked because he lost the belt. Cena took it from him. Cody had to go chase it back. But then what? Like Manny first said, it's like Cody Rhodes is supposed to be a good guy. To me, a good guy. See, a long title run to me works when you're trying to build a babyface to a next level, or you're trying to build a heel to try to build a babyface to eventually come and knock that heel off. But when once again, Cody's gonna have problems like Cena. You're beating everybody, but you're beating everybody multiple times. People are gonna get tired of you, dude. You have no vulnerability. You have no vulnerability. There's nothing there, and they got to shape. That's one thing they got to fix next year. These long title reigns, all these guys have got to go. Have got to go.
Which it's just funny to me because back I remember now he had some reigns in NXT that last a little longer, but I remember there was a couple of times where people would win a title and they could just pass it on at the next takeover. Come on, Triple H, fucking go back to that.
Yeah, but yeah, we got way off track though. But yeah, we're supposed to be doing predictions. But yeah, Triple H, yeah, you gotta shape that shit up, pal. But yeah, we got Obafemi winning with some shenanigans from Drew McIntyre. Match number 2, Bayley and Soruka singles match. I think Bayley wins this. I don't think you're gonna have all the NXT guys go over here. But I think Soruka looked good on the big stage against Bayley, and yeah, Bayley could afford to lose, but I don't see that happening. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll go with Bayley. Now, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Soruka won, honestly. But like I said, I don't see them letting a lot of NXT victories.
No, just a showcase. Especially this next match right here, tag team match for the tag team championships. AJ Styles AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus Javon Evans and Leon Slater. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee are definitely retaining. Javon Evans is not even not Javon, but Leon is not even a contracted superstar, so I don't see him winning. I don't see them putting the tag team.
Holy shit! Could you imagine?
Well, I mean, if they did, that'd be like, what? They must. Shawn Michaels and Triple H must really love this fucking kid. Oh my!
Santino, look at your boy. He's a champion in our company now.
Yeah,
fuck your company.
That would be huge. I mean, huge if that happened.
I wonder what Santino had going on just to make that arranged.
Well, I mean, let's be fair. All the NXT guys been winning TNA titles and shit like that, but TNA guys haven't been winning anything over here. So maybe I don't know, but I don't.
It's gonna be an NXT championship, not a main card.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't see that happening there. But it's gonna be a fun match. Leon Slater gets to wrestle with AJ Styles a little bit, something that he's been wanting to do for the longest. And this is gonna be fun. All 4 of these guys are fun wrestlers. They complement each other well. I think they're gonna show out, ball out, and do a BIG here, but I think AJ Styles and Dragon Lee will have another fun match in their title reign, which is actually something we haven't really discussed in depth, but I'm liking what they're doing with Dragon Lee and AJ Styles. They're a really fun team to watch. And whoever dunked it and guessed it, I think Ray and Dragon Lee was supposed to get the title sometime last year, which is why they took and crapped out and gave him the Judgment Day again to hold for the longest time. So I guess they were figuring, oh shit, we ain't doing nothing with AJ Styles, so might as well just have him and Lee do something together. And it's working out pretty nicely, man. So I think Dragon Lee and AJ Styles walk away champions.
Uh-huh. Dragon Lee could be almost as good as a tag team partner as Omos was. I'm not going to go that far and say that he will be, because Omos and AJ, that was a legendary tag team. Omos in general, that's like a Mount Rushmore wrestler. That's just the GOAT, man.
Oh, good Lord. I love Omos.
Especially in Japan. Holy shit, have you seen it in Japan? Fucking people love him in Japan.
They need to send him back to Japan since they ain't doing shit with him here in the States.
Go back to Noah.
I'm saying Triple H and them, they pulled this man for no reason. Had us think he was going to be in a Royal Rumble. Should have left his ass in Japan if he ain't got no plans for him. What the fuck? He was doing fine over there. I don't know why. But whatever. Do something with him in Mexico. Something. Do something with the dude. The dude, yo, Triple H and them, they wasting this guy's youth. I don't get it. And then he just signed him to a new deal, he said on an interview recently. But they're not doing anything with you, bro. Unless he's hurt. I don't get it.
I don't know why he'd be hurt. Hell, he ain't wrestled.
I don't get it. Maybe he hurt himself working out or something. I don't know. Maybe he hurt himself doing other extra activities at home in the bedroom or something. I don't know. Shit happens sometimes.
Oh shit!
God damn, I threw my hip out. Fucking her too good. Damn. Oh.
Whoa! Way off topic now.
That Bunda Thunder felt good, man. Oh, shit.
Holy
shit. Then we got the last match for John Cena, his retirement match. Gunther versus John Cena. What you got, Jackson?
Well, actually, I think Cody and Oben might be the main event. Is this one still opening? Is Cena's match still opening?
No.
They said it was the opener. That's what they've been announcing it as.
That's what they've been announcing it as? John Cena's match is going to be
They said Cena's opening the match.
What?
Yes.
That's insane.
Yes.
That's insane.
Well, it's simple as this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to rant just a second here. It's going to be a very quick one. People are bitching because Cena's last match is on Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah.
I understand that it would have been great for John Cena to have an event named after him, but here is the thing. Just be thankful that WWE is at least giving everyone a fair chance to watch this and not have to pay $50, $60 to watch the damn thing.
Yeah.
Because that's the way it would have been. Just be happy. Just fucking be glad. And yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping and praying that Cena wins this because I really don't want Gunther to win. But I do think Cena will win because I don't see Cena losing his last two matches. But the only way it works is if Super Cena makes this huge return in this match when Gunther's got him going to sleep and then he lifts him up and hits him with the Super AA and shit like that and throws it into another one. You know, this could be straight Rocky, going down the road of Rocky. But we'll just have to see. What do you got?
I got John Cena winning this. I don't see anybody. I think Cena wins. He can't go down in 2 matches in a row. I just think he ends his career off on a positive note, and I think this will be the last test to see if John Cena can still hold up and still show everybody that he will not give up. You know, never give up. That one final courageous effort for the kids to show them to never give up. You know.
Yes. I don't know.
Look. They're already laying the groundwork for the match, for that story of the match. You know, with Gunther saying what he said the other day. So, I just see Cena winning, man. While traditionally, I'd be like, nah, Cena's gotta pass that torch to Gunther. I don't know, man. Gunther's beating Goldberg this year. He's to me too much in the Gunther stock. I don't hate Gunther. I just would have preferred it was somebody else to be going up against Cena. Gunther doesn't excite me as the last opponent for John Cena.
No.
He just doesn't. But he's gonna as far as like having a last match against somebody, that is gonna be what Gunther's gonna be good for, is having this last match with John Cena. They're gonna tear it up. It's gonna be a good match, but like I said, I'm not a guy that's overly excited that Gunther's the last opponent for John Cena. But like I said, I'm gonna enjoy it because I know they're gonna put on a really good classic Cena match with some Gunther-isms in there. So That's gonna be fine. I think it's gonna be really good note for John Cena to walk out on, and we'll see
Mm-hmm.
we'll see what he does, and I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. Now I think depending on what happens, I might be able to watch it all. But even if I don't watch it all live, I'll still catch it before we do the show on Saturday.
Yeah.
So that you know that'll be for sure. So yeah, that's that.
Yeah. Apparently, they might have moved it back to being the main event. But from what I still was hearing today, it was still supposed to be the opener. But from what I understood, they were going to do the as the opener because they didn't want it to run into the same thing that happened with Goldberg when he was doing his speech. But
Oh no,
then apparently
I think they're
they
gonna.
moved it just to Peacock only.
Yeah, no, they're gonna extend it. No, that's what I'm saying. The timing is gonna be fine, and they're not gonna cut John Cena off. Come on,
No,
they're not gonna cut John Cena off. Goldberg, yeah, I don't give a shit about Triple H. Don't give a shit about no Goldberg.
no.
That's why that was done. Goldberg was on all that whining and bitching and woody woo and woody 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 woo. Man, he ain't got time for all that bullshit. Man, fuck out of here. So yeah, that's what that was done. Triple H don't fuck with Goldberg. Everybody knows that. But John Cena, you best believe John Cena, they ain't gonna do that shit to John Cena. Hell fucking no. John Cena, they're gonna go over for John Cena. And it's gonna be on Peacock anyway, so they're gonna go over for John Cena. John Cena's probably gonna have a nice little speech afterwards or something like that, and they're gonna do something big for Cena. I have no doubts in my mind that they're gonna cut John Cena off. And they're not gonna cut that man off. No fucking way. Guy that's been born bred WWE, no fucking way. They're not gonna do that to him. See, Goldberg wasn't born bred in WWE. He's born in WCW. You know, so it is what it is, man. Goldberg's a bitch, anyways. Whining about a retirement match. I mean, this man was crying, telling us Vince McMahon didn't give me the retirement match he was supposed to give me. Vince McMahon was fucking like indicted. Like he didn't run creative anymore. What are you talking about? Why are you motherfucking him for? He can give you the retirement match because he got fucking he stepped down. What are you talking about? I don't know. He's just whatever. I don't want to turn this about a fuck Goldberg thing, but Goldberg's a weirdo anyways, and I just want him and Bret Hart to beat the hell out of each other at this point because Bret Hart's starting to get on my nerves too. I thought Bret's ranting and raving was kind of endearing at first, but now he's just getting on my nerves now. So I just want them to meet up, beat the hell out of each other, and let's get this thing over with, please. But
Yeah,
but anyways, you got anything else you want to add? Oh, the Stardom report. Stardom.
yeah. Stardom. So the Stardom Nighter and Corkin
Mm-hmm.
happened on when was Monday? Whatever date Monday was. I'm just gonna pull my results. Today was 10th. So the 8th. Yeah, 8th. Okay. Um, Stardom happened Monday morning, and the two big things out of it were Zena's return, and then the ultimate big thing was Micah's return. And I believe this was Micah's, first match back in like 7 months, and then Zena returned to actually team up with her. And it's been made very clear that Micah is going to be going towards Saya. And I could see that happening within the spring,
Mm-hmm.
sometime around there. Because, like I've said before, that Wrestle Kingdom match against Suri, that champion versus champion match, has kind of honestly, just thrown everything off and kind of made every match of Saya's since the announcement kind of predictable. Of course, they're not going to lose when they're going to have a match at the Tokyo Dome. You know that. It's like, so why they could have waited a little longer. at least after the Momo, because a lot of people ain't really fucking with the main event for Dream Queendom as it is.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a fun match, nonetheless. But it's just kind of going to be very predictable. But I'll just run through these results real quick. Yuki Mashiro defeated Emma Mishima. Maitoe Hamabe defeated Anna Kanya. Neo Genesis, Azumi Mesarai, and Mayu defeated Lady C, Makanabe, and Kyoko. Hazaki and Kojima defeated Stars. Cosmic Angels, Natsupoi Yuna Missouri defeated Sarai and Chi and Mikyu. And Sarai, she's just having a fun time all over in Japan right now. It seems like she's just everywhere. She's just touring and having the time of her life, it feels like.
Well, I mean, look, that's the way to be. Call your own shots, make your money, and do what you got to do.
Absolutely.
Just like Saray's doing. I don't blame them at all for wanting to do that. Freelancing is just like Kota Ibushi was a well-known freelancer. So there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and then Suzuki, Bozilla, Kira, they picked up the win, or in Rena, and Itsuki, they defeated God's Eye, which is pretty big because they did defeat Suri in that match. So, hey, that's something to look at too. The Suri's a champion as well. She's the IWGP champion, so which is a belt that exists, folks. But I'm just kidding. She's done some great fucking work with that belt.
I need Bozilla to win more.
Yes. I think Bozilla needs to start winning tournaments and going against them, featuring, because we need a monstrous factor.
Yes.
And Maika, Zena, Saroi, Sayaka defeating Hate, Saya, Natsuko, Tora, and Ruka. And, of course, Konami, Rina, and Fujinami Death defeated Hakano and Waka Rin to retain the Artist and Stardom Championships. And then in the main event, we had Saya Lydia defeating Ami Shuri to earn a shot at the Wonder of Stardom Championship. So, I guess they'll have that match at Dream Kingdom, which I think we kind of knew Saya Lydia was going to win that. But yeah, it's going to be a fun show at Dream Kingdom. We're like 2 weeks away from that. That's like the week before, well, the same week of Wrestle Kingdom, but that's like the beginning of the week going into the weekend of Wrestle Kingdom.
Any updates on the card for Dream Kingdom?
Not that I'm aware of off the top of my head, but I'm just going to pull up and tell you what we got right now. But yeah, and keep in mind that double championship match will be later that weekend, so we're still like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Roughly like around 3 weeks away from that match. So that's going to be a big part of Stardom too, because I think they're going to set Siri up for another push, and that's something I'll discuss later on down the road.
Yeah, he'll be doing a full-blown discussion about Dream Queendom. So if anybody out there who's interested in that, he'll be give you all the notes and all the stuff on that. And me and him will be watching Wrestle Kingdom that night, or that morning rather, and we will be doing a review on that. So if anybody's interested in hearing us talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling, we definitely will be, because we make it a point to watch Wrestle Kingdom every year around the same time. So
yes, and that's my birthday. Always a birthday treat.
Yeah, and I'm always up around that time anyways. And Wrestle Kingdom is only one night this year, so I'm not missing anything.
And you're off, so.
And I'm off, so yeah, we're gonna definitely do a review on that show, and yeah, right after it ends, actually. So yeah,
that's what we're shooting for. So far, we just have Saya Kamatani defending the title against Saori Anou, and Konami defends the title against Saya Lydia, as I mentioned earlier, and Emi Sure and Natsuka Tora Haruka defending the Goddess titles against Aya Sakura and Sayaka Kura. But yeah, so nothing really much changed on that Wonder Storm match. We just hope SLK gets better soon. I hope Rena gets pushed within the next year because Rena's fucking awesome. I care what anybody says.
Yeah.
But
I hope they do something with Xena too. Xena's got a good
Xena
look.
too.
Yeah, very
If
physical.
Xena just stays there fully and
Mm-hmm.
does more events, Xena could be a possible champion in the next year,
Oh yeah,
in the
definitely.
upcoming year. But I
That,
think Mike is probably going to be the one to beat Saya. But everybody just wants to rush Saya's reign. Well, some people love it and some people hate it. It's really no in between. Quit trying to rush it. It's all been a great work for me. Let it run its course
yeah.
because it's really in the good parts
Yeah, and once again,
here lately. So
they get a chance to build the next big baby face if they're lucky. So you got to let them do what they got to do. And a
yes,
lot of people don't want that. A lot of wrestling fans want instant gratification sometimes, and that's not the case. Especially if you want something
yeah.
to work out long term, you got to lay the groundwork for a lot of storylines and a lot of character traits and everything like that. And
And I
speaking,
could still see Momo doing it, but Momo after a full on face turn
yeah,
and re-winning the tournament or something like that, I could see.
mm-hmm. Absolutely,
But
no, I agree. And then also from Pro Wrestling Noah, some big things popped off this weekend for Pro Wrestling Noah. The Good Brothers arrived and attacked Kaito Kiyomiya. So Luke Gallows or Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson, the Machine Gun, are now in Pro Wrestling Noah, which shocks the shit out of me. But that's a big get for Pro Wrestling Noah. I don't know if they signed deals or if they just their paper appearance or whatever. But them being involved in Pro Wrestling Noah and not New Japan Pro Wrestling is very interesting to me. And also, in a Budokan show on January 3rd, rather, Pro Wrestling Noah announced that Bushi and XXXXX
oh my god,
will be taking part of that show in Nippon Budokan. I mean, come on. We know who the fuck this is. It's fucking Tetsuya Naito. And Los Tranquilos de Japón will be making their debut on the show. I just look. We're
for
huge.
anybody don't know,
We're huge Los Ingobernables de Japón fans, right?
they're in
He and I are huge Tetsuya Naito fans. Bushi not so much. Bushi is here, there, whatever, but he was the second in command or whatever all that time. So I guess he's a glue guy, whatever. I'm confused as to why we left New Japan Pro Wrestling to only to come to Pro Wrestling Noah to try to do a knockoff version of this gimmick.
yes.
Because that's what this screams. It screams like we didn't get our way in New Japan Pro Wrestling, so we're gonna go to Pro Wrestling Noah, take this clearly bootleg version of Los Ingobernables de Japón to Pro Wrestling Noah and try to do it here. But the problem is, Tatsuya Naito is not in great health. Everybody knows he's had eye issues and his knees are shot. Bushi has not been this great particular wrestler ever. Even though he's supposed to be like a luchador or whatever, Bushi's not good. I've never heard anybody say anything about Bushi's matches except for when Bushi and Takahashi had the great junior heavyweight tag team run or whatever. Other than that, Bushi on his own, Bushi on his own, not so much. Come on.
Great tag team guy, but just on his own,
Yeah.
no.
And like maybe that's what this is. Maybe Naito is using excuse me, using Bushi's eyes to navigate and wrestle. Maybe that's what this is. But I just think it's time for Naito to wrap it up. But when he left last year, or was it earlier this year? Was it early this year? I think so. We all thought he was done. We all thought he was done, and Bushi was like, "Well, fuck this. I'm gonna go do other things." But then they did this whole Los Tranquilos de Japón thing, and it's just like that just screams knockoff of LIJ. And you two, unless you're gonna go and get some some Japanese prospects to help put this thing together, it's just not gonna work out, I don't think. And we're gonna wait and see what they do, but I'm just not overly optimistic about it, especially knowing about Naito's health and knowing that his eyes are seriously banged up, his knees are banged up, and Bushi's not exactly particularly exciting. So I don't know. I
Yeah,
really don't know.
double vision's no joke.
Mm-hmm.
That's a serious eye disorder, and Naito has suffered from that, and he's had so many eye surgeries. He's had to have like what 3 or 4 different eye surgeries at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And watching them last, little bits of Naito, it hurt honestly on a mental side of us as fans because we were seeing how it was kind of getting sloppy, how it was slowing down, how his health was just going. He just, it's time to go home, rest it. You know, he's one of the most popular wrestlers out of New Japan history. I mean, he is the most reigns with that damn IC title. He made that damn IC title.
He definitely did.
They love Naito, but just go home.
Yeah, it's time to pack it up, pops. It really is. So I don't know, dude. And I'm just very, very done with all that. But I think that Pro Wrestling Noah, I think they're trying to up the ante a little bit next year. So I'm guessing. I'm guessing that's why they're entertaining it. And Naito is a great Muda favorite, so maybe that's it's a favorite to him. Maybe so.
And it's going to bring views. It will draw views.
Yeah, because people are like, well, what
So,
the fuck? You left the New Japan. I keep on saying Pro Wrestling New Japan, New Japan Pro Wrestling to come to Pro Wrestling Noah after all this time.
hmm
So it's just I don't know. That's on the level. That's like Okada leaving New Japan after all that time and going to Dragon Gate.
hmm
So it is what it is. I guess we'll see what they do. It'll be interesting to see what the Good Brothers also do over there. So I'm interested. I'm intrigued. Pro Wrestling Noah's gotten my attention over the last couple of years, so I'll give them that.
yeah,
But other than that, I think that might be it, man.
yeah. That's all I got on my end.
Yeah.
Oh, I will say we're going to try. I was going to tell everybody, we have talked about maybe doing a little end of the year show, kind of talking about best wrestlers from each things, matches wise. We'll get back to more of that later, though. Just kind of look forward to some of the stuff we got coming here.
Yeah. We have that. That is going to be in the can supposedly with us. Doing some year end awards.
And Stranger Things, I'm going to do a Stranger Things review on here. I want to do a little bit of TV series review, so I'm actually going to do a little bit of Stranger Things review once the whole entire series and season is concluded. And then when it gets time for the new season of the Rookie to drop, I'm going to do a recap of the last season of that. And I'm probably going to start bringing anime in there too, because I'm, famously known to watch anime. If you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah, yeah.
just different bits and stuff.
We've been talking about doing some other stuff other than wrestling talk on this channel because wrestling is not a big forte for a lot of people. But we're trying to bring different things to the channel. And even also, I might even talk about General Hospital on here because I know there's some General Hospital fans that's feeding for some content. So, I might even drop by and do a couple videos sharing my theories on certain storylines or something like that. And I don't know, we keep something like that rolling. So
Yep.
we're always constantly thinking about new ways to bring this channel, to bring some good content to the channel and bring it up to what we know we can bring it up to. We know we can bring it up to a higher level. We're just getting started, so we're just thinking of different ways to make it better and make it more interesting for people more than just wrestling fans. Because wrestling fans is a niche audience, but anime once again that's for another different niche audience. The Rookie and all these other
hmm
shows, everybody has their own audience, but if you can double tap and you know bring different things to the table. Psh, beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. So yeah, with that being said, this is your boy RJ the Brooklyn Savage, Takeo the Tokyo Prince. And we'll catch you guys later. We'll catch you guys on Saturday. We will be reviewing John Cena's last match and talk about more things John Cena on Saturday. So get ready for that. And catch you guys later. Peace out.
Peace out.